Evening, everyone. It's about 5:30 or so, and this is video number 368. It is your closing comment for today, Thursday, August the 6th. And we started off a little on the weak side today. Europe had been down. The continuing claims number was slightly positive, but the futures had been down almost 200. So we opened down just slightly, and it didn't take long for the mega cap stocks to start higher, and they ran the market hard. By the end of the day, even though the market internals were barely 1-to-1 on the NYSE and were actually 6-to-5 lower on the NASDAQ, stocks finished strong. The Dow was up about 185 or just under 0.7%. The NASDAQ with another new record closing high up 109.67 or about 1%. The S&P's up 2139, 0.64%. And yesterday's big gainer, the Russell, was down $1.61, so not much of a move there. And the big winner today, unbelievable as it may seem, was the Dow Jones Transports, up 115.68 or 1.13%. Getting back to those mega cap stocks, Apple was up 3.5% or $15.36. Microsoft was a little tamer, up only 341 or 1.6. Amazon was up just under 20, 0.6%. Alphabet was up 26.49 for 1.8%, and the dark horse with no news whatsoever was Facebook, up 16.16, up 6.5% over $16. There was no news on it. The news about their TikTok-like offering on Instagram was yesterday morning, so there's really not a lot of reason why it moved up, and yet it was a monster. After the close, we had a bunch of earnings. Booking.com, which is the biggest travel site, had closed at 1749, up 27, and had less bad than expected. So not so bad. And it added 81 points to 1829, up 4.63%. Datadog was a miss, and after closing 90.01 down 431, it continued to fall to 75.25, down 1470 or 16.3%. Zillow beat estimates. It closed at 71.42, up just 82 cents. And after trading as high as 82 on the earnings, it settled back in at 78.76, up 709 or a solid 10%. Uber, with its huge shift into the highly competitive and cost inefficient food delivery, missed. The stock had closed at 34.71, up $1.51, and it's had a 4-day run from 30 to 34.71, so it was a little overbought. And after trading as high as 35.70 and as low as 32.71, it settled in at 33.78, down 98 cents or 2.8%. And Dropbox also beat. Guidance was not great. It had closed at 23.27, up a nickel. And after its earnings, it traded as high as 24 and a quarter, and then down to 21.16, and the last was 21.63, down $1.63 or 7%. So the chart on the screen is, as usual, the US dollar index, which was trying to make a bit of a recovery, but with interest rates continuing to fall and questionable outcome on the front of Congress and the Senate getting together and passing some sort of a relief bill, made a new low down at 92.47. It's just slightly lower than yesterday and last week's low of 92.51. It closed not down much, but down nonetheless without much of a rally. We had the oil down about 24 cents, and the gold continues to rally, as does the silver. But the gold was really exceptional today. Excuse me, made another new recovery high, a new all-time high at 2081.8, and closed at 2069.40, up $20 and change. We closed out our Newmont Mining bull spread. We were in it at $1.30. We took $3.20 out of it for $1.90 per contract spread gain, or about 140%. I still think that we're going to come back into the 2000 area. The problem with this is that we've gone parabolic, but the momentum just keeps on carrying it. If it continues like this, it will be dramatically unstable and might staunch the entire move by not coming in and shaking some of the weak holders out of it. I want to show you the silver because that's even more extreme. And it's a good looking chart, but again, percentage wise, it was up dramatically more than the gold. I think the gold was up about 1.2%. As you can see, the silver was up 5.62%, and you can see it on the chart. Although the silver, as I've pointed out before, went from $20 to $26 and pulled back halfway in a day. And then tested that low a couple of days later and has taken off. However, this, like the gold, is basically a momentum trade, and the fact of the matter is it will too have to pull back in here, unless, of course, we're going back to $50 silver, which we could be doing. I want to show everyone one more chart tonight, and that is the coffee, which I wrote up last week and had written up last month, and it looks like the coffee blew off. This is the kind of move that I'm really kind of looking for in both the gold and the silver. Yesterday we got as high as 121 and a quarter, which compares pretty favorably to the supply in this general area, and we came down, and although we closed up on the day, we closed about 7/8 of the way down. We tried to rally this morning and closed again down and on the low here, down about 3.5%. This could easily pull back all the way to the 110, 112 area, and at that point I would probably try and buy that ETF JO, which ran from basically 30.5 to 37 on this move up. Okay, that's about it, but I do want to make a comment about one of the biggest areas of discussion right now, and that's a deal for the airlines. I think this is a dramatically bad idea. Everybody talks about the fact that this is all because of a non-man-made issue. It's a pandemic, and you shouldn't really have to hold the airlines responsible for it, but I do. The fact of the matter is that the airlines spent more than they're asking for on the repurchase of stock and dividends. So basically what they did was they squandered all of the income that was coming in instead of right-sizing themselves. And now we are supposed to pay the bill. I would make the case, as has been made on TV by Phil LeBeau on CNBC, who really knows this business inside and out. He says that if they get the $25 billion that they're looking for now, they would have no more layoffs. It would save 100,000 jobs. I don't go for that. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. Capitalism is not about saving people from themselves. And I would argue that another industry that has really been decimated, that probably employs 10 times what the airlines employ, could have used the help too. And that would be the retail business. Retailing has been decimated. The number of big and old line companies that have had to shut their doors and declare bankruptcy and are at the mercy of the market would be in line for saving many more jobs in the economy. So that's just my opinion on the airlines versus everybody else, but retail in particular. Okay, everyone, have a good evening, and I'll be back first thing in the morning with a pre-opening comment. Have a good one. And don't forget to subscribe.